Hey girls, my name is Safia Shirley and I'm from Jacksonville Beach, Florida, and today I'm going to be making for you my Bangin shrimp egg rolls. And let me tell you a little bit about these egg rolls. I came up with it because it's a combination of two of my favorite foods of all times. One of those foods is egg rolls, and I think I've never met anybody that doesn't like egg rolls. And then the second dish is actually a dish that a restaurant down the street from my house has, and it's called the Bang Bang shrimp, and it has a tangy, mayonnaise spicy sauce, but it's very flavorful and it coats the shrimp. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we're making the sauce for the shrimp. But let me go ahead and show you what's in this dish so that we can get right to it. So the first ingredient that we're going to use for the filling for the egg rolls is we're going to use some shredded cabbage, and you can either chop your own or you can actually buy it pre-shredded. And then we have some shredded carrots and some green onions, and then we have some chopped shrimp, which I chopped each piece of medium shrimp into two. And then we have some water in a bowl here, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that later for the egg rolls. And then we have some mayonnaise. We have Philadelphia cream cheese, the star of the show. That's going to make our egg rolls extra special and creamy. And we're actually going to use a lot more cream cheese, but I'll show you how we're going to do that later. We're going to use some cornstarch, that's a thickening agent. We're going to be using peanut oil for our egg rolls. We have some bean sprouts in water, and you can find that on the ethnic food aisle. And then we have some minced garlic, about a tablespoon, and some chili sauce with garlic, which you can find most of these on the ethnic aisle. And then we have some soy sauce, of course, and you can use any hot sauce you like. I chose to use the sriracha sauce. And then we're going to have the panko crispy breadcrumbs, which are going to be for the breading and the coating mixture for the shrimp. So let's get this thing started. So now I've added the bean sprouts and the garlic into my mixture. I just want to make sure that it gets really combined and all the flavors mixed together. And then after about 3 to 5 minutes, when it looks nice and still has some color, as you can see, I'm just going to kind of put it in another bowl so that it'll cool down, because we don't want it hot for the egg roll mixture. If it's too hot, it's going to make it hard to work with the egg rolls. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to put this in a bowl, and then we're going to work on our shrimp, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. Our oil should be ready. And then let me tell you about the breading process. Just put these on the plate. And all you have to do, first we're going to put them into the milk mixture. That's going to make anything that we put with it bind to it. And then next thing we're going to do is put it in our cornmeal mixture. You don't want it to chunk up too much, so just put a couple of those in there. You can use your hands, you can get a little dirty, it's okay. And then for this part, I'm going to use my tongs and just toss it around a little bit and make sure that it gets coated in this cornstarch. And then after you get it in the cornstarch, you're going to re-dip it in the milk, and then I'll just make another layer of something to stick to. So I'm just going to take maybe like 3 at a time, dip them right back in the milk, and then just kind of shake them off a little bit, and then we're going to dump them right here. You want to kind of separate them so they don't stick to each other, and just toss them in your panko breadcrumb mixture. And I'm just going to do that with the rest of the shrimp. And then we're going to put them in the pan and start frying them up and making them delicious. So I've already fried up quite a bit of shrimp, and you can see what a nice golden brown color it has. And this is actually the shrimp after you bread them. And I'm just going to show you, this is about 2 inches or so of peanut oil I decided to use. Those little chunks in there, don't worry about those. That's just the panko breadcrumbing that came off of here. And we're just going to put them in, and you see that nice sizzle. That's how you know that it is the perfect temperature. And what you're going to do, you can put quite a few in here, but you don't want to put too many. You don't want to crowd it, or it's going to drop the temperature of the cooking oil. And it's also just going to be a mess in here, and you're not even going to be able to turn them. You need to leave enough room so that you can give them a little turn. Look how quickly those are cooking. And then you just put them on a plate with a paper towel so you can drain that extra oil off, and you can see it fits right in. So I'm just going to keep doing this, and then when we are finished with all of these shrimp, I'm going to show you how to make the sauce that we're going to coat these already yummy shrimps in, and then we're going to stuff them in the egg rolls. It's going to be wonderful. Okay, Okay, so I've mixed up my mixture that's going to be used to coat our shrimp. As you can see, they're nice and golden brown and nice and breaded and crunchy. And this is a mixture of melted cream cheese, Philadelphia cream cheese, the secret ingredient. And we also put some mayonnaise. It's a mayonnaise-based sauce. And then we use some chili sauce and I use sriracha sauce. You can use any kind of hot sauce that you like. And then all we're going to do once this is nice and mixed is we're just going to pour this right on top. Yummy! Look at that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to coat these shrimp. Let me show you how to toss them. You want to be kind of gentle with them because they're delicate. You don't want all that breading to come right off. So there we go. You just kind of do that and give it a good mixing up. And then I'll finish doing that in just a minute, but let me just show you this cabbage mixture has been cooling down for a while now. And what you want to do once it's cool is you want to kind of tilt your bowl and do this and make sure that any kind of liquid that's left in there, you want to get that out. You don't want to have a soggy egg roll. So I'm just going to pour that out, and then when we get back, I'm going to show you how to assemble these yummy Bangin shrimp egg rolls. Okay, so these are the egg roll wrappers that we're going to be using, and I just want to show you how they look, just like this. And instead of putting them like a square like this, you want to put them like a diamond so that there's a point facing you. So there's two right here, and let me show you how to put them together. I've actually put together a bunch already, but I just want to show you how it's done. First, we're going to take a generous helping of Philadelphia cream cheese, secret ingredient, and we're just going to put that right on there. Let me show you. Another one right on there while we got the cream cheese. Okay, and then the next step, what you're going to do is you're going to take this cabbage and bean sprout and green onion mixture and just kind of put it in there. And you want to keep it closer to this side of the triangle. Oops, I'm making a mess here. But you want to keep it on this side of the triangle because you need a lot of wrapping room, which I'll show you in just a minute. But I got the bean sprouts and carrots and all of that right there. And this is our yummy shrimp mixture. I'll probably put about 3 or 4 pieces per egg roll, depending on how generous you feel like being. I'm giving 3 today. And then what we're going to do is you're going to take the bottom point and you want to roll it over to where it tucks under here. It's kind of messy, so my hands might not look too pretty. You're just going to tuck that in like that. And then you're going to take the sides and almost wrap it like it's a present. You're going to make sure everything's tucked in, and then you roll it like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Dip your finger in a little bit of water. You can use egg yolks too, but we're going to do this. It's easier. Just do that, and that'll make it stick, and then you got to roll this real tight. You don't want any of this filling to seep out during the frying process. And there we go. And then as you can see, we're just going to put it right down into the oil. I'm using the same oil that I used for frying the shrimp. That's why there's a little bit of debris in there. That's just the little panko breadcrumbs, but they're not going to affect the cooking process. But let me just show you when you need to turn your egg roll. See, that one got a little bit brown because I wasn't watching it like I was supposed to, but that's actually okay. And I'm just going to let it go for maybe about another minute or so, and then I'll show you our presentation and how we're going to serve our yummy egg rolls with our yummy sauces. Okay, so now that our egg rolls are ready, I'm just going to show you how we cut them to make them nice and pretty, and then I'm going to show you the sauce that we're going to make for them. And all you do is just kind of cut them at an angle like this, a really nice angle, and then they're nice and pretty. Look at that. You can see all of there's the shrimp and the cream cheese. Yummy. And I have a nice plate over here. And here is our presentation of our beautiful dish, and I put it on a bed of lettuce. And this is a mixture of, it's actually soy sauce, and it is the sweet chili oil. It's white vinegar, sugar, and some garlic cloves. And I just mix that all together, and then we're gonna take a little taste here. I'm just gonna dip that right in. You just give it a little dip. Let's taste it. Mmm. Wow. I really hope that you make this because this is the perfect combination of an egg roll and then cream cheese and then this spicy mayonnaise-y shrimp. And then we got this cream cheese that you could see running through and all the bean sprouts, and ooh, I love it, and I really hope you try it. And I'll be back next week for the entree challenge, and I hope to see you soon, Paula Dean and the Real Women of Philadelphia. Thank you.